lot of red across the board after the release of the latest supply and demand report. Michelle Rook is back with more on what the numbers mean going forward in markets now.
Grains closing lower except for corn after the WASDE report on Wednesday. Oliver Sloup with Blue Line Futures is joining us with analysis. Well, we didn't expect a lot of out of the June WASDE, Oliver, but USDA didn't disappoint, did they?
Yeah, we weren't expecting a whole lot of new news from the USDA, but I think it was even less than what we were expecting. It was to the point where I saw, was reading through the numbers and the market hadn't moved yet, and it's like, what's going on? But there just wasn't any new news there. And you had mentioned corn closing positive on the back of that, and I'm kind of in the camp that no new news is actually good news for the corn market. We've been stabilizing pretty well here recently, and I think with a bigger report at the end of the month and end of the quarter, potentially you see a little bit of short covering into that.
Yeah, we're also keeping an eye on the extended forecast. Certainly some concerns about maybe a little turn hotter and drier.
Hotter and drier, that has certainly made the rounds in the headlines. I always take that with a grain of salt, as it is the summer months, so hotter and drier temperatures are to be expected. But I know with a wet planted spring, that can cause some concern.
And you mentioned funds. Have they been reestablishing their short, you think, position in the grains?
Yeah, funds have been, heavy sellers of corn. And the most recent Commitment to Traders report, I believe they were net sellers in nearly 90,000 futures and options contracts, and about 85% of that was new shorts versus long liquidation. So their net short position right now about 220,000 contracts broken down. That's about 200,000 longs, 420,000 shorts. So it seems that the funds have an appetite to be short grain, and rightfully so with the balance sheets. And for soybeans, I think it's a little bit interesting scenario. They got to basically flat just a couple weeks ago. Last week's report showed funds net short about 40,000 contracts. And what I think I'm most concerned about is the demand side of the soybean picture, and as well as kind of looking at where funds were at earlier in the year. They were about 160,000 short. So if the fundamental catalyst doesn't change for soybeans soon, my concern is that we go revisit those net shorts of 160,000.
Thanks so much, Oliver Sloup, Blue Line Futures. We'll have more AgDay coming up.